Okay, hello everyone. Um, okay, both my cats just ran into my room. We're gonna continue playing the game. Last where we left off, I think we're about to talk to the Goblin Chieftain, whom gave us the mission. With the tea shop. I think that's our goal, is the tea shop mission thing. Dank smell from below, okay. Is this her? Hello? Behold. Hey, okay. Unbothered, moisturized, happy in her lane. She's a druid, focuses on her work, but she does not seek strife. She'll help you if you do not pose a threat. And her knowledge goes deep, far below the city. Learn from her in her loneliness. Okay. At the top of the garden lookout, you see a strange creature hunched over. She's making potions. Yeah, let's figure out what a fucking potion is. Any magical substance ingested for temporary effects. Cool hat. You should get one like that. The elf drops a final piece of mushroom into the bowl on the table. Gives you a creepy grin. Nice corner you got here. Lean in and stare. Slowly, and in an appropriately dramatic fashion, she widens her eyes to reveal piercing red pupils. And her grin widens even more, somehow. Abort. Run. Leave. Oh god, she's trouble. She's real trouble. Just look at the side of her head. Look at those pointy ears. One on each side. And those eyes. An elf? Aren't they rare? The city holds many folk, but elves are both few in numbers and seldom intermingle with lesser races. But look at her. This is no elf of Ilum. This is an elf of Pimia. Pimia. Elvish derogatory term for the nomadic elves who live on the undercoast. They haven't had a real civilization for centuries, so it's rare to find them on the surface. Literally means dark. Okay. Glare at her. You hear a guttural chuckle leave her lips. A man delves into the garden, his sight set on the mysterious below. Are you that man? The way her eyes dart back and forth like that, is she on something? Am I that man? She's just being dramatic. You are a man, but which one cannot be said. I'm maybe your feelings are not focused. That is okay. Elf stammers, or is that an idiolect? Not a speech impediment. It is her undercoast accent seeping through. She turns around. Okay, let's figure out what the fucking undercoast is. A nickname for the undersea coast. Fucking awesome. She turns around, her red eyes glimmering beyond a mist of spores. Neswikala of Wikaya? I still have no idea. Like, okay. Languages, right? Two L's together. What do they mean? Because in Spanish, they mean a Y sound. They mean a Y. You know? But in most English terms, you know, like allow, it's an L. It's just an L sound. There doesn't even need to be two L's. Because it's not like allo. It's allow. So it's just like I don't even know what the fuck her name is. It's either Neswikaya or Neswikala. Wakala probably sounds like an intentional thing. Neswikala of the Green. Call me Nissan. Nissan. I am underling to Hierophant Opidana, a legendary archdruid of the Undercoast, known for keeping balance, which usually means stopping any proper seafaring civilization from taking hold of the Dark Archipelago. The thousands of islets and or speleothems found across the Undercoast. Of course, a druid. There's something esoteric going on here. You're a hag, aren't you? She just gives you a goofy smile. A mushroom hag. I'm no hag, although I've worked with many in my days. A hag is a spellcaster focused on communing with powerful primal and esoteric forces. Always feminine. Often employed as freelancers, they're very common around the coast ever since the MHR initiative during the Coast War. I've spent my days handling primal forces, that which grows and decays. Do you know much of it? No, do you? I learn new things every waking. But no. I would not say I know much at all. She lowers her gaze for what you realize is the first time since she raised it. I would like to hear your tale, human. There is much more to be learned from your folk and your settlement in this band. She speaks as though the Earth folks' 60-something years of civilization building is nothing but a footnote in her history book. How sustainable is your lifestyle? You want me in particular or my people? Both, or either. She presses down a mushroom in her bowl, sending a puff of spores into the air. Sending. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's talk about the sending office, of course. I'm supposed to know that. I do not need an exact number of hours or even years until you run out of natural resources. Just an approximation, and perhaps a toll of the impact on others in your vicinity. Not what she's talking about. Earth's brother and mythical explorer of Asken, and famously never returned from his expedition to the infinite waste. The word told has nothing to do with the historical figure. Okay, it knows. It does know. Okay. You want an answer now? If you have it. But there is no stress. Sustainable? How do you replenish the resources you consume? If you not how many years until depletion? Think about it. If you focus on yourself, you could probably sustain yourself for a long-ass time. Who cares, really? If you run out of shit, you go to another place, take that shit instead. That's how it works. Oh god, you're focusing too much on the question. Instead, focus on what she wants to hear. Okay, Earth folks will eventually chew through this land and be forced to expand. We live in balance here in the city. I personally could live on an apple a day. That's pretty sustainable. And don't know, don't care. I could definitely live on an apple a day. No, that's not good for a human at all, human. Your kind requires much more sustenance. Not this guy! Your legs tremble. To be fair, you haven't had a decent meal in a long time. She shows you a worried expression. Can you care for yourself? Do not let the idealization of a goal hinder a healthy lifestyle. She gives you some of the mushrooms from her bowl. Please eat. It is as the hedonists say. Let's learn what hedonists are. An infamous group of activists and anarchists spawned toward the end of the Coast War. They stand for something, probably. Honestly, they're known for inciting riots and playing with demonic forces. Let's learn more about hedonists. An anarchist movement spawned towards the end of the Coast War. They deal with abyssal forces, and somehow published The Hedonist, an instructional booklet that made its way across the coast. Listen to your empty stomach. She's well read, even if it is an anarchist rebel. Handouts. Don't mind if you do. She places a palm against the rough floor. Opadana has helped keep the undersea from being overtaken by unbalanced powers. Demigods, fiends, celestials, your human arcanist. Each creates a power that not only overtakes the primal, they do so with ease. That great war your kind waged upon one another delayed it, but I do certainly believe it is inevitable. The primal is just another of those powers you mentioned. It can be tamed, it should be. The primal stuff should just get stronger then. Human barely exists anymore, we're almost extinct. Don't worry, nature always survives. The primal stuff should just get stronger then, you know? She laughs. A solution, I see. Trust me when I say you do not wish to live in a realm where nature fights back. Really fights back. Takes a deep and deliberate breath. Now, enough of complicated topics. Tell me, human, do you have a mate? No, do not answer that. Well, No. No, not good. Don't worry, she's not hitting on you. She means it more like, are you married? Your mind races. Hostile? No, probably not. Elaborate. Of course, I apologize if it was vague, human. I only mean most humans in the settlement group in pairs. I wonder if those of your kind do the same, form such long-term committed partnerships. That's a slightly less inflammatory question. I'm the cleric. Okay? I go solo. She lowers her mushroom cap in size. I see. It is the same here, then. The path of an esoteric guardian is to be alone. The elf starts adding some kind of oily liquid to her mushroom bowl. A strange substance, gold, perhaps from some kind of undersea whale. It's just olive oil, cheap brand. If this old elf can guide you in any way, make it so. If not, I'll return to my toil. What do you know about the tea shop? Only what the roots whisper to me. The elf leans closer, twisting her head to the side. You must delve deep, human. Something rotten happened that day. The green quakes. They fear what's to come. They whisper. They whisper anything useful? You do not speak with trees often, do you? Insane behavior. The Ness Wicala situation is insane. So you were here when it exploded? No, I was much further below. And what do the goblins whisper about? That the city's at fault. That Lady Sageleaf should take over. The usual. What do you think happened? I will not deliberate on things I have no knowledge about. Where's the fun in that? You're welcome. Okay. What are you voting for? I am not a citizen of Norvik. According to city law, universal suffrage includes any inhabitants of Norvikian soil as of the 1st of Ngarmi 26. How long have you lived here? About a year, how so? That makes you a citizen. Oh. Don't I get a say in that? No. Okay. You don't look like an elf. What do elves look like? Gim elves are monstrous. Ilian elves are tree-like. Pimia elves are simply gray. Not like you. We do not call ourselves that. But to your people, yes, I am an elf. Pimia. She closes her eyes. Pimia yo oli tayana tahtiai. We are the elves of stars. Any questions? You speak Elvish. That's very impressive. Yeah, she looks to the side, then back to you. Your grasp on the human tongue is remarkable as well. You confuse her in a semi-good way. Okay. Do you people have a great civilization below? No. I believe you people would call us nomads. So you're from the Undercoast. How do I get there? Holes in tunnels. There are more than enough, even within viewing distance. Though I'd recommend gaining Lady Sageleaf's approval first. I don't like elves. She laughs, drops the mushroom she was about to place in her bowl. No worries, most elves don't like you either, human. But if I may ask, why don't you like elves? The ears, they freak me out. You're evil colonists. And each and every one of you is a weirdo. I mean, look at you. You have a mushroom on your head. Who does that? The mushroom is entirely a me thing. I'm the weirdo, just me. Let me ask you something in return. Why should I like humans? Duh. We're the good guys. Big, strong, likable. I think you should like humans a medium amount, and you shouldn't. We're the good guys, okay? Her smile drops and she looks down at her left palm. As the giant skies fell down, spirits filled the air and the solid ground. That's the Ranger, an arcane era poem written during the worst decades of the Coast War. 511 years of rapid magical and technological growth, as well as the birth and death of the great human magocracies in Dimenor, ended 27 years ago. Anyone who uses this term for anything modern is either an anti-free strider or living under a rock. Okay. It's quite famous for being one of the few pieces of canon human literature written by a half-elf. I don't like humans. I don't dislike humans, fuck. You made many mistakes, but the son does not need dig the trench of the father, but he has to choose to fill it in. She gives you a knowing look. I don't get it. She just smiles. Okay, I got some questions. Show your primal attunement. All right. Easy. How could you do such a thing? To approve attunement requires years of training. You've perhaps done a few exercises in your spare time, and you've read about druidic magic, but perhaps you could try anyway. I have to try. You focus your mind on the nature around, the life, the decay, the funny-looking mushrooms, but you cannot sense it. Nothing. Magic is hard. Sure is. Maybe if I start clenching. You move from mind to muscle. You keep clenching. Pressure. Pain. Really? No, come on, bro. Okay. Perhaps this was a foolish choice. Ouch. But pain can be a good teacher. Perhaps you'll learn something here. The elf keeps working on her room. That's it. Bye. Okay. I'll probably eat that mushroom or else I'm gonna die. There we go. That's easy. Okay. What else is there here? Your stomach twists. Beware her illusion. What? What the fuck does that mean? Okay. I'll beware her illusion. The dragon herself. This guy wants to talk to me, I think. He's waiting. Hello? You approach him below a sprawling tree. The well-dressed goblin stands proud beside his master. Go ahead, cleric. With a proud smirk, he motions towards the wooden throne. You should stand before the throne. Address her court. Okay, then. Look at her. Let's make a wisdom. Okay. I don't even know. I don't know anything about her. Okay, that's fine. We don't need to know anything. We're good. We'll just guess. You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glow illuminating the trunk of this great tree. Its roots reach far below, its branches holding up the dirt ceiling above. On the throne sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it is threatening. So this is the dragon. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is horrific. Cleric of Norvik, of earth and river, her shrill voice echoes out through the chambers. I was assured by your masters, the top brass of the palace itself. Her voice causes you to shiver. They told me a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So tell me, human. Dominion. She has control here. Why am I sitting here, waiting? It's not that late, only been like a day. Tread lightly. You need her on your side. Make sure she knows you're on hers. Every word you say here could have a profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours. I had an accident. It's only been a day. My apologies, lady, and my masters are idiots, but I'm here now. Don't worry. Her frown quickly turns to a grin. Since we're on the same page, then. Hers is a frightful presence. Some powerful creatures have auras that cause fear to those nearby. To fail means succumbing to mindless terror, along with other annoying effects. You can't... Oh, no. Okay. No, I think I'm good. You can't take this much longer. You need to get out of here. No, I'm good. I've got this. I'm rolling high. Yeah, fuck you, man. I'm awesome. You brace your entire being as you meet her glare. With trembling innards, you resist. Such an incredible aura emanating from this creature. It must be so esoteric in nature. She lifts her chin. You stand. Good. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan. It is vexing to watch my streets descend so far. Are you even aware, cleric? A local business caught up in inferno, in the middle of the day, right on Pillar Road. My road. The way she says that causes you to tremble. And yet, Magistrate Darrow, she spits out the name like it's a curse word. He alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location. Who's Darrow? One of the original Earth folk houses to found Norvik with Earth. Their bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city. The magistrate speaks for the city. She claps her hands together. See, this is what I've been dealing with. Blind faith in a failing system. She lets out a frustrated groan. This feels like the roar of a lion. Why does Darrow say that? Because he is a fool born out of nepotism and alcohol. Sick burn. Sounds awesome. Where is your usual jurisdiction? She leans back and picks something from between her fangs. I have official recognition of law on Lower Tolstad. The definition of that has always been vague. Some see it as anything below ground, some as below water level. And where exactly is the tea shop? She glares at you. It is, or was, rented out of a corner of the central fort, just above the holes, next to the pillar. The holes, a common slang for the central spire of apartments in Tolstad. The lower ones are less fancy. She snaps her fingers towards the goblin to the right. That means it's a part of the core foundation of this island fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit, he said, bowing his head. Lady? My people have been handling that damn crow's contract for years. But no, suddenly when the entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premises, to deal with it, to clean up even. No, suddenly it's the city's business, and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. That's one hell of an accusation. Don't slander the great city of Norvik. Sounds shady, or I'm just here to do my job. Sounds shady, yeah. Her sharp glare stabs you. Normal business in Norvik. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Snell, she says, and beckons towards the comely goblin. He approaches the roots and takes a bow. Lady Sageleaf? Then he turns to you. The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They're yet to send anyone in to actually investigate the scene. 5 rulers of the 5 districts. They are the Coin Lord, Home Lord, Shield Lord, Food Lord, and Law Lord. Each has a unique role for the city's bureaucracy. Switch between, but generally the housing districts hold the Home Lord, and the palace holds the Law Lord. Okay, yeah. The poor are on the west side of the river, named as such due to the Earth folk originally being housed here, while Earth cleared out the ruins in what is now known as the palace. How can know that? What? Stop talking so fast. You're tripping over your words. Just ignore it and move on. I said, how can you know that? No, you didn't. Uh-oh. Yes, I did. No, you really didn't. You said, Snell. The goblin scratches his neck. He wants to point out your mistake so badly. Well, too bad. He glanced towards his lady. We've kept an eye on it. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. Who were the injured? We only managed to get one name in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with lesser burns. There's a sort of prefix used by Earthfolk, a human most likely. That ain't a real name. He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, he looked like one of them dungeoneers, you hear? A real adventuring man. Another said he was looking to get out of trouble, heading right down the stairs to Water Lane. Either he went down to the dungeon or over to Water Lane. Got it. And remember, if he's wearing yellow, he's got style. Frank, son of Frank. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The goblin knows it's fake, but it's their only lead. Cool name. A dungeoneer. If you believe it, that comment was from one of the militia members. Could be smart to check the city below just in case, despite the dangers. Down to Water Lane? Yep, seems like he was heading in the direction, though down could mean a number of things, Water Lane included. Fancy yellow outfit. I'm assuming some type of Reedsian fashion. You can tell on his voice that he's leaving out a but who fucking knows at the end. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, considering the state of the building. Why was he there? We don't know. Where is he now? We don't know. They have not located the man, despite major efforts. Do you know anything? The goblin does not respond. Although some of the militia members mention him just calmly walking away down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing, or somewhere else. We don't know. Anything else you do know? Snell gives a nervous look to his master before answering you. We have theories, but we need proof. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun, cleric. So dramatic. Love her. Love her. Yes, sir. Corruption. Madness. She claws at her wooden throne. Politics. Rambling of fools. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster, someone who cannot go unpunished. A spell would indeed be the most logical answer for such destruction. A rogue spellcaster? I will bring justice to Norvik. A rogue spellcaster. Isn't there like an anti-magic spell, a task force we can call? Why, yes, there is. She pointed the smart finger. You. The Arcane Clerics of Earthguard, one of the few authorized spellcasting groups in the city, often used as a task force in esoteric events, accidents, and magical assaults. The lady clears her throat. Everyone holds their breath when she speaks. I formally declare a joint venture. The Halfway Bridge Tribe and the Earthguard City Cleric shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature, foul or fair, shall escape my rage. The words seep out of her maw, burning the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She is theirs to serve. So this is about revenge. This is my investigation, or nod solemnly. Yep. She grins. No, she said, waving towards him. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. You catch the goblin trying to stop a smirk from spreading across his face. Oh la la, complimented by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. A goblin and a cleric. Together you will have access to both Upper and Lower Tolstad. You're going to have the pretty boy around. Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. Do not disappoint me, Snow. Do I have a say in this? No. Her eyes burrow into the soul. You are not strong enough to stand against her. Worth a try. A new member to the party, he ignores you. The goblin takes a deep bow. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, yours will be done. The evil forces at work will be vanquished. Huzzah! Miska Sageleaf looks at you the way one observes kitchen mold. Don't huzzah. Please don't ever huzzah. This guy, he's the one. Just keep him in line. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, cleric. He has joined your companion, Snell. You can speak with him if you need help finding your way across Tolstad. For as much as she told you, there's a danger you're missing here. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. We should also look for the witness. Yeah, our Frank, dressed in yellow. God, that's funny. Either over the water lane or down the city below. Yeah, the port or the dungeon. I suggest the port since it's slightly less life-threatening, generally speaking. How do I gain access to the tea shop? Talk to your boss, Darrow. Oh, I guess he's not your direct boss or whatever. But you need to get an audience with him if you want to get inside the tea shop. Ryan, where's the tea shop again? You know the massive pillar reaching endlessly towards up the sky? Yeah, just west of that. What pillar? Very funny asshole. It's quite silly to think that anyone within 100 miles would not be aware of the precise location of the giant stone pillar reaching up infinitely into the sky, especially when it is located less than 100 feet from your current location. Oh, does he mean the pillar of Yore? The one sticking up into the sky endlessly? That one? Yeah, that one. There is one such pillar in each band. It is ancient and extremely magical. Let's go. Leave the snow. Right, let's go. Neat. Okay, hold on. I gotta pause for a second. I need to do some things. Okay, I'm back. Okay. What is this? A not-so-tiny dictator. Okay. Viskin Lich House must be located within these walls, just a bit further. Am I going the right way? Oh, I'm on the other side. And I'll take more apples. Important goods. The receiver's spelled wrong. Receiver spelled wrong. I before you accept after C, bro. And also on Tuesdays. What is this? 5 HP. Holy hell. I should definitely try eating these apples again. Could I eat through this whole pile of apples? Yeah, I already went through this, I remember. Oh, I don't know what you're thinking, Cleric, but you know what? Fuck it. Go to town. No one else is gonna eat them. Okay, let's go. Oh my god, why were they both so... Okay, you look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach is empty. Dig in. Dig in. The first apple goes down the hatch. Going smoothly so far. Another one. Another two goes down. You chew it in peace. Third. Yep, that sure was an apple. Going smoothly so far. Next one. Another one was harder. Your stomach fights the taste. It's getting difficult. One more should be fine. This is the limit. As you chow down the apple, you feel your jaw ache. Your hands shake. Apple overdose. Dangerous stuff. No such thing. Come on. You feel refreshed for a moment at least. The pile of apples towers over you still. You barely made a dent. Now it gives you a disgusted look. Yeah, so why did you do this again? Yes, eat the apple, apple boy. As you feel sick, you feel something sticking out of this pile of apples. A piece of paper? No. It's a spell scroll. Lucky bastard, these are worth a fortune, relatively speaking. It's a dancing light spell. A versatile cantrip that can be used to light up your surroundings at will. You quickly memorize the scroll, consuming it into your psyche, as you always do. Some people at the towers used to fear your innate power to master magic like that. Which is understandable, it's pretty terrifying. They do not consume any spell slots, you can access your yada yada yada. Very cool. Check out the cantrip. Okay. Hell yeah, now I can use this. Okay, nice. Let's go down below. Talk to the barrel of sand. You approach a crate full of sand. They're imported sand to Norvik. For what, glass blowing? Inspect the crate. It appears unmarked. The lid has been tossed behind it. Looking closely, you can see that the lid has been bludgeoned. The splinters and the nails that are supposed to keep the crate shut have been ripped out. As you glance around, something moves. Sand, it moved. Look at the sand. The crate is filled to the brim. It's just sand. Why would they crack open the crate like this? Hey Snail, what's up with this weird crate of sand? The goblin glances over at what you're doing. Let's see, that's a... Nope, back off right now. He pushes you away from it. Listen to him, he is above you. Scared of a little sand? I'm trying to keep you alive, human. Prove how much of a man you are by touching the sand anyway. Your gloved hand trails across the surface. The sand shifts slightly at your touch. Pull back. Go deeper. You dive in with your whole hand, fingers first. This one does not. Then you feel a tug, a grip, and finally a pull. Wait, Cleric, what are you... Your shoulder is almost pulled out of its socket. Cleric, struggle. You manage to keep it from engulfing most of your arm, but in the process, this hand grabs on to the front of your helm. Your face is now sinking. I should give up, right? The sand will be a benevolent master. Yes, the sand is simply too strong. You've grown weaker. No. No, what the hell, man? It drain. Hold on, I gotta use this spell. Sorry, I gotta cast a spell. That is skin, yes. God, get out of this thing. Whatever you do, do not let it get the helm. What's going on? Struggle to breathe. Sand is trying to eat you. Try to reach for snow. The goblin has already started pulling on your legs. Okay, escape without losing your helmet. Easy? You grab the rim of the crate with both hands. The hazy noise of a head no longer filled with so much blood screams in your ears. I will not die in this crate. Push. Filled with pure fires of adrenaline, your muscles creak and your bones crack. And it pays off. Within seconds, the rock-hard grip of the sand loosens. Then it drops entirely. You swing your head back, filling your lungs with air as a trail of sand follows you. God. Within an instant, the sand snaps back into the crate. Not a single grain dropped to the floor. You stumble back. The goblin lets out a relieved sigh. I knew that sand would be trouble. Glancing over the crate, you see its contents now lie still like nothing happened. Am I alive? Possibly. Shake your head to get rid of the sand in your ears. It helps. A little. What was that? That, cleric, is a crate of mosquito sand. Without explaining further, the goblin sneaks up behind the crate and grabs the lid. Moving more carefully than you've ever seen him move before, he gently places the lid on top of the crate once more. Something must have startled it to make it push open the lid like that. He wipes some sweat from his brow. You don't want some help with that? No, I don't. Now let's leave it the fuck alone. Okay. much cursing. A glow glass, very common magic item. Okay. Can I go ask him about the sand? Also, I'm like 90% sure he did it. Like I'm 90% sure this guy. Like he has yellow clothes. What can you tell me of this guy? You want a rundown right in front of him? I don't think he can hear us. That's not the point, Claire. Can you hear us? No, Cleric, nor am I listening. Go ahead. See? The goblin's eyes. Give me the rundown, Snell. Biskin is the local mortician, unaffiliated, works on contracts with the city. The HWBT has a deal with him partly because he's a neighbor and partly because he's not, you know, a normal person. Mortal. The goblin clears his throat and throws a glance back to the mortician. He's not the type you want to have enemies with. But hey, he seems to like you, so good job on that. But my suggestion, keep your distance, just in case. Tell me, what do you know about the tea shop? What's there to say? I know about as much as your average Norvikian. How much does your average Norvikian know? Very little, I'm afraid. No man is toying with you, and now you can tell me what you know. Of course. I heard the explosion. I went out to investigate only to find the tea shop caught up in a raging inferno. The Tolstad militia were already heading into action, so I went back inside as to not be in the way. He's describing it with wonderful rhythm. Either he's a great storyteller or this speech has been rehearsed. And that is that. Tolstad militia. Tolstad militia. Basically a bunch of goblins keeping monsters from entering the undercoast paths. They also do firefighting and are mostly funded by the HWBT. What were you doing when the explosion occurred? Working. He motioned toward the stack of papers. The explosion occurred at noon, but the day it happened was an official city holiday. Why would he be working on Toll's leave? You were working on a city holiday? Yes. You see his hands fixating on you a bit too much. He's searching for an answer just for a split second. I was behind. You know how it is. I'm pretty much always behind. I suck. Honesty is a virtue. Oh, come on now. I'm sure it's not all bad. Anything else you want to ask? Did you hear anything particular? A loud bang. Some shouting afterwards. How loud? It shook the Lich House. And mind you, this is not some ordinary basement. This is a remnant tower going hundreds of feet deep into the earth. I'd be surprised if anyone on Tolstad missed it. What sort of shouting? From the militia. They were rushing to the scene. The fire prevention declaration had truly done wonders for the city. Signed into the action a few years ago, the Fire Prevention Declaration is a government attempt to curb the spread of fires by employing always ready folk in every district. The response times have been pushed down to less than 10 minutes. Nothing else? Oh, wait, fuck. Wait. Nothing else. As the entire district almost turned to the inferno, yes, there were quite a lot of commotion. Nothing that stand out either. Like, actually nothing else. Not that I recall. Are you sure? The pale man stares at you for a while. How thick are you? Pretty much. I'm done asking questions about the accident. I have some personal questions. Stop. You're already wasting enough time. Just leave. Pale man shifts in his seat. Very well. What the hell should I ask about? Ask what you can do for him. Be his servant. Absolutely not. Oh God, get out of here. The pale man produces a sound close to a cough. Who are you voting for? Interesting question. A bit invasive, but I'll oblige. I'll be voting for the Party of Norvik. Numenism, while crude and outdated in certain respects, has proven both its stability and economic assurance for business owners such as myself. The people's necks. Self-proclaimed protectors of Earth's legacy, the Party of Norvik wants to uphold the divine right of dead divine dictator. They have my vote. Goblin scoffs. Not unusual for well-off human men to vote for the Earth Folk Party, although this fellow doesn't strike me as a religious kind of guy. It must be nice to have some economic assurance. Earth Spirit will live on through his people. If they win, how long do you think it'll be before another assembly of calls? We need a shepherd, not a coalition of sheep. How do you mean? I should be the God King. Okay. A grin spreads across the pale man's face. With you in charge, order would return to civilization. You can be damn sure about that. The Cleric King just rolls off the tongue. Perhaps next election, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the ballot. Tell me more about this place. A lich house? It's my establishment. We handle dead bodies for the cities these days. I don't want to learn about his fucking witch. Can you hire me? I believe you already have your hands full. We do. Perhaps we can speak more after the election. Who knows what it'll bring after all. Why are there a lot of apples downstairs? Ah, yes. A deal between me and Lady Sageleaf. A deal. Shared storage. It's not quite heated here a few years ago. It got quite heated here a few years ago during a certain crisis. Heated. Heat. An obscure novella about a Redsian revolutionary falling for her servant Steve. What? So now, during less heated moments, they store a lot of produce there. A win-win. Really is highly impressive. Isn't it some kind of violation to store fresh produce next to corpses? No. He's right, unfortunately. The goblins have unique policies in place, separate from the rest of the Norvikian agricultural community. What's the deal with the point at the green creature by the stairs? Oh, that guy. Okay. Oh yeah, it's been embarrassing. I got my hands on an egg some time ago. Thought it'd be a basilisk. Now I have a devoted servant. Kobolds usually don't follow random pale men. They follow dragons. A basilisk. Also embarrassing. I wanted to see whether or not they were feathered. I'm yet to find out. Are you his father? No, he simply hatched in my presence. Slavery is illegal in Norvik. I pay Ost very well, and he's under no obligation to stay. I understand why you ask. I had to explain it several times at the tithe house. The tax collecting guild. Each district had its own. None of them are liked. Okay. Did you give him the crossbow? No, he found that himself, I believe. Very proud of him. Did you tell me... Can you tell him to just give me the crossbow? Viskin glances over to the kobold and then back to you. No. Worth a try. Why does he call you master? Who knows? It's a kobold thing. Your companion scoffs at him, so... Kobolds usually worship dragons. Yeah, I've heard as much. Are you a dragon? No, sadly not. I have some other questions, I guess. Do you ever wonder about the world? His eyes light up. Certainly. Now hit him with a deep philosophical statement. The feeling. No, you do not have the ability to produce words. Able to describe it, not yet. That's cool. His eyes grow dark once more. You blew it. Anything else? I've run out of personal questions, actually. Good to hear. Any less personal questions, or are we done? Let's fucking win. Easy. You glare at the pale man, who keeps working on his documents for approximately 2 minutes. Eventually you feel stuck in your thoughts. I don't mean to imply I know more than an honorable Earthguard member, my good cleric. However, you must certainly have more important things to do. He's correct. Maybe you can get onto this later. Okay. Hold on. I need to rest. I'm like dying. I'm so sad. I still have 1 exhaustion. Level advance. Oh yeah, I leveled up. Ooh. What do I want to put a point into? I guess dexterity would be the best option. Maybe intelligence, though. Self-preservation or ego? Uses. Steal anything? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we gotta... Wait, what is that? Pain is good for you. Your political party polled 2% last week and you don't care. Okay. That's kind of funny. I really want to do that one like Apple Boy run. I'm kind of really interested in Constitution as like your main stat. Because so far Charisma has not been doing too hot. Vote for yourself. Yeah, I really want to go down the vote for yourself kind of path, you know? Okay. Wait, what if he knows something? I mean, he may. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Master, you said, I have some questions for you. You know who this is? Kobold sneers. Goblin. Yep, sure, good enough. I'm a goblin. Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding, not funny. Oh, yeah, okay. Can we just take the crossbow? My guy's here now. Don't think it. Take it. Okay. Combat encounter. Here we go. You look down at the crossbow with the sort of glance that can only say one thing. Ost recoils. No! Bad cleric. Roll initiative. Easy. Easy. Easy as hell. I'm so good at this. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing this. Your companion abandons you. Weakling. The kobold is ready as you reach forward. Here we go. You grab the crossbow. For fuck's sake. You can do this. You're going first. Your turn to act. What will you do? Destabilize the kobold. Kick his box. I need to kick his box. Why won't he just let me have it? Why would he? Okay. I think we may have to date. We need to no. Okay, go. Okay, but we have to destabilize the box. No, fuck. You line up the kick and swing your boot forward, but you lose your footing. Damn, you end up swinging into thin air. The kobold attempts to scratch your hands. Let go, cow fucker. He gains a nasty hit in. No, ouch, fuck. It's mine. The tension rises, blood pumping. Be nice. Be ready. It aches. You need to hold out. Don't just brute force it. Actually think for once. Cleric, stop. I order, stop. Come up. I need a plan. Please. Let's go. Easy as hell, not even close. You rack your mind for solutions, and one little tidbit comes up. A long time ago, you heard a fact about kobolds. Apparently, if you get close enough to one, you can blow on their heads to make them terribly uncomfortable. Sure, let's try it. Lean in over the crossbow. Kobold makes a loud growling noise as you lean in. Blow on the kobold. Hard. Ah! Ah! What is human doing? Keep blowing. Stop! Human, stop! In a violent burst, the kobold sneezes. He almost loosens the grip of the crossbow in the process. Well done. You feel very dizzy. You don't get crossbow. Even angrier this time, the kobold attempts to snap at you with his maw. He chaws down. Oh my god! Fuck! Okay. I need to cast this. Easy. Okay, not even. He chops down on your gloved hand. A shooting pain goes up your arm. Ew, tastes like cow. The tension rises, blood pumping. Be ready. The kobold is making a move. Do something. Can't he and I just talk this out? A kobold is not in the mood for talking. You're certain of that. The pocket watch. Bring it here. The pocket watch? What the fuck does that have to do with the pocket watch? Esoteric. Oh wait, this is my esoteric pocket watch is helping me. Esoteric pocket watch. Easy. Why? I don't know why. What the hell? You feel the word distort around you. What's going on? You're experiencing an esoteric event. Stay calm and you might survive this. A series of shallow breaths cause your heart to beat faster and faster. Am I dead? No. You play. Whoa. Hey. With the strings. Okay, this does not make any sense. It never does. Attempt to see strings. Strings attached to every living being. To every soul. There's the kobolds. If you just pull it, you cannot. You cannot know. This is not a place for logic. What do I do? This is it. There's a decision. You cannot make those here. You cannot know. You simply must follow the flow. Hey, that rhymed. At least you have your pocket watch. I need to pull the strings. The time strings of my wizard lineage. You follow them as they dance. To side, to forth, to back, to now. You see 3 strings in front of you, see? No, you know. The string where you see yourself defeated, but also without any wounds. The string where you see yourself victorious, but heavily wounded. The string with smooth talking, cleric, about to be handed a crossbow. I'm smooth talking. Well, I just cheated. What? Oh, you know exactly what to say. There's only one thing that can possibly convince this kobold that you should get the crossbow. Okay, I time traveled. And that was, of course, Viskin asked me to get your crossbow. The master did? Kobold glances over his master. Yeah, he said I needed it more than you. Well, why? Why don't you ask Viskin? He said you were so strong that you don't need it anymore. Kobold squirts. He leans back and smirks, then nods. Here we go. The kobold reluctantly and slowly hands over his crossbow. Master's always right. The fact that he handed it over without even asking the pale man first. Love it. With the crossbow safely in your grasp, the kobold scoffs, weak human. Of course you need crossbow. Let's go, I got crossbow. A finely crafted crossbow, lightweight, the type used by peasantry in the late years of the Coast War. The tool of swift and easy death for those without training, of course. The mechanism appears to be jammed, however, so you can't fire it. But it sure looks intimidating. Okay. Okay. Hey, look at the crossbow I just got from your kid. Okay, no, I can't. I can't brag to him about my cool crossbow. Okay, here we go. Actually, yeah, what is like the charisma goal, you know? Because if wisdom was like, oh yeah, you become the leading, like, all-powerful sorcerer, what is, can I not see, like, character stats in here somewhere? No, I don't think I can. Okay. Let's go up the stairs over here. Oh, something just disappeared. Oh, wait. Hey, secret. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. A classic tool showcasing human ingenuity. It carries water well, any liquid really. It is indeed just as adaptable as humanity itself. Incredible. Let your faith guide you. What is... Okay. What are these, like, weird disappearing things? Also, wait, what is this? An almost intact and endlessly rising pillar. The centerpiece of Norvik. Engage with the pillar. You look up at the pillar. The relic rises upward. Endlessly upward. Right. This old thing. To think such an esoteric object would just sit here at the center of the city. Not much else that we could do with it. It's just a highly magical rock, left over from a time before time, remaining until the end. It looks a bit broken and cracked. Yes. While the pillar is indestructible, it was once under heavy siege, during the most intense moments of the Gate War, the legendary conflict between the Beast of Yore, the original gods, and the many others who tried to take over Yore towards the end of the Gate era. We have little information about this conflict, but it is known it led to the closing of the gates and began the Fade era, a period lasting approximately 1,111 years. If you trust modern scholars, the Second Era, also known as the Fall Era, named after the slow decline following Yore shutting his gates, ended around 1,000 years ago. Several pieces of the pillar float around in the air, especially as it reached upward into the clouds above the city. What kind of power would be capable of damaging this? The most powerful of arcanists. Can I make money off this thing? No way. They don't even take an admission to see it since it's just such a trivial sight. It's a bit of a tourist destination, supposedly, but most people who travel to the coast have seen one before, so it's not that interesting. How many pillars does it exist? 8. Technically 4, depending on which scholar you ask. There are debates as to whether there are 8 pillars, 1 in each band, or simply 4 pillars that pierce a circular coast and stick out on either side. But ours is the best one, right? They're all equally useless. They are seen as a status symbol by many, like a legitimization thing. But the fact is, no one has managed to make use of them in any way, despite their esoteric nature. So the pillars of Yore are relegated to being visual landmarks, seen from across the coast through clouds and mist for miles. So what do I do with it? Nothing. It's just a rock. See, a tingly, esoteric rock. As you do, you feel the air itself tingle. Power. Listen. It whispers to you, unintelligibly, touch the pillar. You place a hand upon the surface. A slight tingle spreads across your palm. There's a powerful esoteric force hidden within the structure, of course, as many scholars have uncovered before you. Have a feeling that you can meditate here. It will take some time, but it could prove valuable. I will do it. Nope, I failed. Closing your eyes, begin to focus. Your mind places squarely at this esoteric force. Your mind forms into an arrow, but you fire it upward, but it is repelled. Opening your eyes, your hand is no longer pressing against the cold surface of the pillar. You are instead holding it against your heart, shaking. This is wrong. Yes. Try again later. Whatever is whispering to you from beyond is more powerful than you imagined. Touch the pillar. Yep. Yeah. Hug the pillar. Depressing your chest and arms onto the cold surface. A tingle spreads through your gut. Not now. Okay, later then. Finish up. Okay. Barrels. Money. Oh, this is the tea shop. The name of the tea shop is ineligible. The tea shop. Amidst scorch marks and cracked masonry, you approach a doorway. There are several planks blocking the passage. Tea shop. What a mess. A powerful force left those marks. Fastened with several nails, you also see a paper. The goblin clears his throat and begins reading his bold letters at the top of the paper. Coin Lords meet update. City notice, no trespassing. Coin Lords. The magistrate handling mint, trade, finance, oh yeah, it was that. That doesn't include me, does it? I'm not experienced in city law, but your companion suddenly kicks the planks, sending a subtle ripple of blue energy across his foot. You think I wouldn't sneak in by myself if I could? It's sealed. You ain't getting it without the magistrate's approval. Touch the planks. As you do, sudden ripples of blue energy appear around your gloved hand. It is sealed. As you move away your hand, the faint aura shimmers in dark translucent blue and then fades. Yep. This feels like trouble. Just stand there. Just standing near the door makes it clear that there's a locked spell cast on it. Standard procedure for crime scenes. Rude to lock people out. Crime scenes should be public viewing. Attempt to break it down. That's actually a pretty good roll, things considered. Get ready. Reach forth. You grab the planks and the esoteric force shimmers. You grab it. Muscles ready. Power of the seal. It burns. An intense pain shoots through your lower back and shoulders. This pain is immense. You tried, but the planks are nailed esoterically in place. You cannot break them, for you are too weak. The magic cannot be forced through, obviously. You need to find another way. Well, hope it was worth a shot, cleric. You should probably just talk to the coin lord up the hill. Your back is on fire. What kind of magic is this? It's an arcane lock. Casting it on a bunch of planks is unorthodox, but obviously they got it working. It is used all over the towers. You need a passphrase to unseal it. Can I guess the passphrase? Guess? Guess? Without knowing who's placed the seal personally and their preferences? Even assuming the person who placed it is an idiot who would use something of their own preference. There are millions of sentences. There is no chance in hell you can simply guess. Now go figure something else out. As long as this blue asshole is in the way, no. You'll need another way in. But I still break it down, right? You certainly could try. Can I bypass the effect of magic? Of course, knock would do the trick. Unlocks things. Bet ya, if you grease it up, it'll slide right off. Dispel magic could also work, however, you do remember it being quite difficult to get a hold of, even within the tower. Do not expect to find it here. Do you think I could break it open now? I'd love to see you try. Go for it, I believe in you, cleric. He is half mocking you. Take another look at the planks. Look beyond the planks. You catch glimpses of still shadows beyond. This place is a mess. There's no other way in. Not that I know of, but it wouldn't surprise me. Tolstad is full of tunnels, holes, pipes, so who knows? Look around at the scorch marks. It's everywhere. This fire was intense. Arguably, these marks could possibly have been caused by a regular fire of a wooden house. This stone masonry does not have enough fuel to carry such a flame unless the building was stacked to the brim with a tinder. Check out the trespassing notice on the planks. Yep. Oh. City notice, no trespassing. It then continues with a finer writing saying, by the order of the Coin Lord Darrow, the following premises are under city seizure under suspicion of criminal events. Unlawful trespassing will be liable under 13 holster contempt. A collection of laws surrounding the lawful arrest of citizens. You get in trouble if you enter the tea shop without talking to the Coin Lord first. But really, if you just careful about it, who cares? You need the magistrate's password. Sure to know. The tea shop that blew up, eh? I sure did. Was one hell of a blast, but the structure's still standing. Masonry is modern, clearly the work of a dwarven engineering. Looks like shit, but boy can it take a hit. Disliking dwarven architecture is very hip these days. I should leave for now. Okay. Okay. Up the hill. Up the hill. Huh. What the fuck? Why are there just normal bikes? Yeah, I'll take a bike. A handful of bicycles are stationed at the local rack. Bike racks are stationed in many places around the city, usually in locales with lots of stairs. Not a lot of bikes. The usual commuters are probably too scared to head past the tea shop. This particular bike is yours. I have a bike? Check the chain lock. You lean in and take a closer look. The rusty chain seems brittle, but wraps so hard around the tire that it would probably be annoying to get it off, even if you had the key. Why would you wrap it like that? Wait, this is my bike? Yes, you fool. You keep it up. Like, keep it up. Keep up. Jesus Christ, sure is. Best way of travel in Norvik, except, of course, on this godforsaken island fortress. Where's the key? Not here. Did you lose it somewhere? Don't go wandering around looking for your key. It's just a bike. Could getting the key be a quest? That does sound like a quest you would get. Sounds like a shitty quest. Find the missing key. The mystery of the bike key. Something like that would be perfect. The key is probably at the bottom of the river, along with the rest of your dignity. Hold on. When exactly did I come to Tolstead? On the 21st of March, evening. Then you fell. Do I recall anything important? Was I alone? No. A lucky strike from some drunk fool, probably. I stumbled over the stone railing. Yep. And you broke the shit out of it. Do I recall anything important? You chained the bike. You stood up. Then pain. This is where I fell into the river. The goblin glances over the broken fence. Interesting. You must have had a lot to drink if you took a stumble like that. Someone must have attacked me. Maybe. He gives you a curious expression. Considering everything, we better play it cool. Real cool. I'll handle it. I'm the cleric. He laughs. Yes, of course, cleric. He glances down to the river once more. You see anything strange about this bike, Snow? No, it's a bicycle. What's a bicycle, you think? A land transportation device first popularized in the early arcane era. Originally invented due to the difficulty of transporting horses to the floating magicratic cities. They are scared of portals. Bicycle. Used for traversing long distances with ease and speed. Used by common workers all around Norvik. Seen as a poor man's way of travel in the countryside. Bicycle. Famous used by free striders during the early revolution to escape the magicratic forces, now a symbol of many free cities in Reed. Bicycle. Bikes are nice. He is impressed. You like bikes? Not particularly. You want to know a secret? This is my bike. Yep, that seems to add up. He implies that this rusty old bike suits you. Which is very true, mind you. I love this bike. Uh-huh. If I remember where the key is, can I bring the bike with me? First of all, don't ask me. You're an adult. Do what you want. Secondly, how the fuck are you going to take a bike around Tolstead? You're going to carry it? Up and down the stairs? This bike rack is set up here so that people can leave bikes before heading down the stairs to Water Lane. I could do that. Oh, you could, yeah? If you find a pocket bike, that's another thing. Pocket bike, a popular magic item. Mass-produced during the late Arcane era, but it's dwindling supply these days. Well, leave this one be, cleric. We've got work to do. Bye, bike. She has to be a witness. She doesn't even have a fucking picture. And I don't even know who she is, but let's talk to her. Where is she? The dwarven girl gazes around the halfway bridge before her eyes land on you. She says nothing for a while, just stares at you, no real reaction. Hi, I'm the cleric. She looks around, clearly nervous. There's no denying it now. You are the cleric. I'm waiting for a friend, but she hasn't shown up yet. I'm getting worried. I can help with that. Oh, okay. Do we really have time for this? She fidgets with her hands and clears her throat. This girl is neurotic and introverted. She has glasses, she wears a green coat. She's a human, but not that much taller than me. We were supposed to meet up here, and she hasn't shown up yet. I'll go look for your friend with glasses. Thanks. I don't spend much time on Tolstad alone, so I'm a bit lost, so thanks. I'll leave. Okay, fine, I'll go fucking find your stupid ass friend with glasses that sucks dick. The halfway bridge, it connects with the palace. Wait, am I meant to be like... Okay. And the rest of Southern Norvik. Okay. Is there music in this game? Can I just not hear it? Come on. There should definitely be music in this game. Sleeping for service. Come back after midnight-ish. What's up here? Actually, I think we're gonna figure out next episode. Whoa! Yep, that's the edit for today. I don't like making videos that are more than an hour long, and I checked a little bit ago, and we're already at an hour. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I don't think anyone really watches up to this point, but you know, if they do, thank you actually so much for watching. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a short rest and leave. Bye bye.